Rich, that is annihilation of a golf ball.
Absolutely love it. I mean, right there, about 280 yards. Frank, the approach shot here at the par 4 first. What's the right way to attack?
The flag on the left. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole.
It's at sneaky distance.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Just a couple of feet. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. A nice scoring opportunity here. 532-yard, par 5 second hole, Frank. Considered one of the easier holes on the golf course. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you can just cut this in half. 532 yards divided by 2. Really, it's 2 tee shots over 260 yards. For these guys, nothing more than a 3 or a 4 wood. And that's why all you need off the tee is just a 3 wood with a little draw.
You disappointed if you don't make 4 here?
Not disappointed, but obviously you lose at least half a shot on the field. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle-nosed down.
Can't even see it from here. Second shot coming out of the rough here. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had luck...
Now that is a shot that will be replayed over and over. So we started with a par 4, then a par 5, and now the 177-yard par 3 third hole. Plenty of hazards here, Frank.
You really break this green up into 3 portions. Front left, front right, and that back, just on top of the ridge. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. In the thick stuff.
Thick? It's brutal out there.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Very nicely done, right on the dance floor.
Even par currently.
Good roll, solid. That's a par. And now let's go down to the action at the fourth. Even par through the early portion of this second round. What are some keys for the day in order to set himself up for success?
Well, I think take advantage of some of the short par fours out here, Rich. You're only going to have a wedge in your hand. The shots that you could pretty much guarantee you can get inside 15 or 20 feet, you know there's a bunch of opportunities.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is. Rich, this is the player that I'm really curious to see how they do long term. Tons of power. There's talent. You can see that. Anybody can pick that up. And the touch, too, and the skill required. It's not just about long hitting. This player seems to have all the goods. And I know we talk about it on a regular basis, but I think this particular talent is special.
Has a great resume, too. We've known about this player since they were in the junior ranks. #1 ranked junior player in the world. Went on to have a phenomenal collegiate career. Played well on the amateur level. So at every step, Frank, has been successful, has been a winner. Good-looking shot right here. What a great shot. Right next to the hole. It's about 5 feet. This is for his birdie. Good try. Just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Getting set now over the putt. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Frank, the golf course toughens up right here at the long par 4 fifth.
Yeah, when you play it off the back tee, 470 yards, it's nearly 320 yards to that last bunker down the left side. That really has to be in the back of your mind. The ideal tee shot, little left to right. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
This is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Web.com Tour Championship, fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals, and this is a chance to pinpoint some of the stars of tomorrow. Guys like Tony Finau, and then there's Adam Hadwin from Canada, and there are a few others, Frank, that I know you're really impressed with.
Well, this is really where the talent's coming from, Rich. Over 400 wins on the PGA Tour have come from people that have graduated from the Web.com series, and really what we're seeing now is people from all sorts of different countries as well. And what I'm surprised about is the youth of these players. A lot of these players aren't even 21 years of age. They could still be in college, but they're so close to they're on the precipice of joining golf's greatest stage.
I know you're talking about a player like Justin Thomas, who comes out of Alabama, or maybe Carlos Ortiz of Mexico. These guys can really go. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Another shortish par 4, the 393-yard par 4 sixth. Frank, what's the challenge here?
Well, there's 2 bunkers down the left, but that's not really the problem. If you hug that left side, there's palm trees that come into play on that second shot.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Well, we've got about 135 yards left. Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice, strong breeze. This is a good-looking shot. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. That's how you keep a round going. Make them from that distance. Frank's 7th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. How do you break this one down?
Not overly long, 440 yards, but once again, it's a tee shot. If you're driving the ball well, that's fine. You just sort of blister it down there, but you're starting to lose one a little bit to the right. There's 3 pot bunkers there, and of course, if you're fearful of it going left, there's the canal all the way down the left side that'll get your attention.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Just an ideal lie, Frank. What can he do from here?
Well, if he takes advantage of the tee shot now and goes at this flag, then he'll certainly gain on the field.
Strategically, Frank, how do you like to play this hole?
You've got to be aware of where you don't want to go. That front right bunker is probably the easiest bunker shot on this hole, but there's a little pot bunker on the left. That one there, always difficult to get it up and down.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Settles in over the putt. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
This putt for par. Good effort and good par putt. TPC Sawgrass, the fabled stadium course designed by the legendary Pete Dye. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to this green. It's just littered with bunkers around, left, behind, to the side, and even short. Once you get further up the green, though, even though this is sort of an undulating green, it starts to widen up. So don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Did the smart thing there, Frank. Took his medicine, back out onto the fairway. Pretty good shot right there. Just a couple of feet. So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
Frank, I think this is one of the most fascinating holes on the golf course. The 583-yard par 5 ninth hole.
With technology now, a lot more players can reach this par 5 and 2. Gone are the days where it was a true 3-shotter, but I remember when Sergio Garcia hit that 3-wood from, what was it, 270, 280 yards? Still one of the best shots I've ever seen.
From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. All right, the winds are starting to pick up. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. What's the right way to approach it?
Well, you've really got to find out, first of all, the direction of the wind, and you have to be certain of it right now. And plus, if there's a gust, that's something you can't, you've got no control over.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Former national champion moving inside the current cut line with that birdie. Let's get the back nine started here at the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass and break down the 10th for us, Frank.
Well, it's similar to the opening hole. The first and 10th give you the same feeling where you feel awkward off the tee shot. Difference to the first hole, you've got to poke your tee shot towards the right side of the fairway here, turning it into a dogleg. And similar thing, now you're going back across the fairway to the green.
Excellent looking shot here. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. All right, Frank, now the approach here at number 10. What's the right way to play it?
Just avoid that bunker on the right and don't go too long and left. Over the back left is not an easy up and down. This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here. Oh, that was solid, Rich. This one's safely on.
Concentration or focus. They'll take it. That's a par. Let's go to the 11th. Now it's a par 5 and a fun hole, Frank. You can make anything from 3 to 7 here.
And that's why, as the start of the back nine, especially on a Sunday, this becomes such a pivotal hole to start a run. Big body of sand down the left side that sometimes he's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Just amazing what they're able to do with that golf swing. Hit it so far at that size. Not overly big, but man, can really move it a long ways. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. We haven't seen a whole lot of that, Frank, but that has to feel good. Up now, hole number 12. It's a short one, 358-yard, par 4.
This can catch you off guard. If you just try and hit the ball on the fairway, if you're on the middle of the fairway, the left side, you will have a blind second shot. So ideally, hit it down that right side of the fairway if you want to see the flag.
Frank, drive down the right side.
Yeah, and it certainly opens up. Now you've got a full view of the flag, and this is birdie time. This looks like it's going to find the target.
That will be a great look at birdie. Frank going for 2 in a row now. And that's a birdie. Hole number 13 here at Sawgrass. Tricky 181-yard par 3.
You don't have to hit directly at this flag. When that flag's at the back there, you can use the contours. When it's on the left, once again, you can use the ridge in the middle of the green. Matter of fact, one of the hardest hole locations is when it's in the front right, because that's when you have to be perfect.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
And he's made it onto the green now. So a tester from 4 feet. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Now one of the most demanding holes on this golf course, the 14th, 481-yard par 4.
If you want a litmus test at TPC Sawgrass on who's playing well, check the tee shots on 14. If you stripe it down here, you know you're driving the ball well. Too often we see people messing with the mounds on the right. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is. Oh, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it? A standout in college. Green light ahead there with that flag. And could we be seeing, perhaps, a standout next year on the PGA Tour?
Not a huge miss, Frank, but did lose this just a little to the right.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to catch a piece of the green, though.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Good effort, good par putt. Now to the 15th, and Frank, I know this is a hole that you really like.
Yeah, it gets no respect in my book, which I think is a shame. Just a nice dogleg to the right. And really two good shots and a 3 here, which is actually a rarity. It sets you up for those closing 3 holes. Too often people just take 15 lightly. And 15 has just a gentle nibble that turns into a bite.
Getting set now for the approach at the 15th.
Yeah, good looking second shot here, but you've got to be precise. Hardly a flat spot on this green.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt.
Now this young college star birdie putt coming up. And a chance to gain a stroke over the field and graduate to the PGA Tour.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, fans watching, they love excitement in the game. 16's an exciting hole, isn't it?
Well, that's where you get it, because you hear the roars. You start to see the big crowds that go all the way around 16, 17, and 18T. You feel where you are in the tournament, too. A movement that starts at 16 can be carried all the way to the clubhouse.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Leaves that one about 20 feet out from the cup. Nicely played shot. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Frank, how early in the round are you thinking about the shot at 17?
Well, when you're playing well, you're pushing it ahead. Maybe you don't think about it till 14 or 15. If you're struggling, you might be thinking it early as the 5th or the 6th hole. But put it this way, when you make the walk from 16 to 17, you are thinking of it every inch of the way.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I'd say.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
He needs this for par. Good putt. Now to the final hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank, is this one of the toughest finishing holes in the sport?
It is, because the simple reason you've played 17 holes, and the job isn't done yet. I'm loving that balance. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Now playing the second here at the par 4. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Par yesterday, now for birdie. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. They'll take it. That's a par. Don't forget third round coverage coming your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long for now. EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present third round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Yeah, about 145 yards left here. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is going. Well, that was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Frank, what do you make of the par 5 second?
Doglegs to the left, so there's a decision to be made here all the time, but a good hooking tee shot, that takes the trees on the left out of play, and even the rough on the right. Good tee shot here. I've seen people get home with as little as a 5-iron.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. You want to get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18 with a chance. 16 is the reachable par 5. You can make eagle there. And then the final 2 holes, you just want to steer clear of trouble. Though, with bold play, and you mentioned it with Craig Perks, you could make birdies.
It really is a case of mind over matter when you look at those holes. You're right. If you took away the water, you'd think they're 3 nice holes. But it wouldn't be the same. You intimidate the player as he plays 15. He's well aware of the finishing 3 holes.
Player elected to lay back here, Frank, but still a chance. Green light special.
It is. A good layup here in the middle of the fairway. You can basically go at any flag position now.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Frank, that looked good to me.
I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now par.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Got it for par. So we started with a par 4, then a par 5, and now the 177-yard par 3 third hole. Plenty of hazards here, Frank.
You really break this green up into 3 portions. Front left, front right, and that back, just on top of the ridge.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Those are painful from that distance.
Yeah, just another one added to the card. Big mistake.
Just a couple of feet. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
Hole number 4 here at TPC Sawgrass, 384-yard par 4 deep fairway bunker to the right of the landing zone. You want to avoid that. What else is there to look out for, Frank?
Those huge mounds on the left, they're just as penal really as the bunker on the right. So this is one where you have to pick an object in the distance. Really focus on that. Oh, I like that.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. We haven't seen a whole lot of that, Frank, but that has to feel good. Now to the 5th. This long par 4 thought to be one of the most difficult holes on the front side here at the TPC Sawgrass.
If you've got plenty of length in the bag, you can almost take it directly over the bunker on the right. But if you're not as long, you have to air down that left side. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. There are a number of really good and important grow the game initiatives out there. One of those is the First Tee program, and that allows youngsters who otherwise might not have an opportunity, the chance to put a golf club in their hands, allows them the chance to pick up this game and learn some of the core values that come along with it. It's about much more than making a score. It's about integrity. It is about responsibility, values like that. And this game is just so good in instilling those kind of characteristics in young people. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Oh, that even caught me by surprise, Rich. I thought par was in the bag.
This now for bogey. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So a drop shot. Frank, you don't want to get too cute with that second shot here at the 6th.
I remember many a time, Rich, when they put the flag right of center. You try and hit a little bit too close, those palm trees all of a sudden come into play. Hits one of those, that ball can go anywhere.
Excellent looking shot here. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Ooh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Frank, approach shot here at 6. Good chance to make birdie?
There is. You can almost cut this green into thirds. There's that front third, the left third, and of course the back third.
Get down. Lay down. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah.
And he's made the green. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Good putt. Frank, 7th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. How do you break this one down?
Not overly long, 440 yards, but once again, it's a tee shot. If you're driving the ball well, that's fine. You just sort of blister it down there, but you're starting to lose one a little bit to the right. There's 3 pot bunkers there, and of course, if you're fearful of it going left, there's the canal all the way down the left side that'll get on for a little extra. Huge with a capital A.
Moved it a long ways. That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Looks like he just misread that. Shouldn't be a problem here. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. TPC Sawgrass, the fabled stadium course designed by the legendary Pete Dye. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novello. Here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to this green. It's just littered with bunkers around, left, behind, to the side, and even short. Once you get further up the green, though, even though this is sort of an undulating green, it starts to widen up. So don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole. Well, where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Just a bit offline.
Yeah, the hard work's coming up now, though. It's a long way away.
Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck. Remember, out of the rough, expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
This one getaway. This is about concentration and focus at this point.